Hey Leland, I'm going to miss reading to you today, so I thought I'd send you a video of a story so that we can still have our time together on this cold day, and it's even colder at John Adams. All right, this is the story called The Three Snow Bears. I thought that was kind of appropriate since it's so cold. And the author is Jan Brett. The Three Snow Bears. "Come back," Aluki shouted at her huskies, floated out to sea. Oh no! She knew that although an ice floe is a good place to fish, it is a bad place to lose a dog team. Not far away, a snow bear family had just started to eat their breakfast, but it was way too hot for Baby Bear. Can you imagine the food being too hot? Not for you, Leland. You love to eat. "Ooh-wee," yelled Baby Bear. "My breakfast burned my mouth." "We'll go for a stroll and let the soup cool," Mama Bear said. This reminds me of the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Aluki was running along looking for her dogs when she came upon the biggest igloo she'd ever seen. Who lives here, she wondered. Look at the igloo. It is cold. Aluki ducked inside. Right away, she smelled delicious something. Across the room, she saw a big bowl, a middle-sized bowl, and a small bowl. Surely the good smell was coming from those three bowls. Look at Aluki looking at food. Yum! Have you had something yummy today yet? Aluki sipped from the biggest bowl. Ow! Too hot. She took a sip from the middle-sized bowl. Ooh, too cold. She tipped up the littlest bowl and drank every drop. Not too hot, not too cold. Just right. In the next room, Aluki spotted 3 pairs of beautiful boots standing in a row. She put on the biggest boot. Whoa, too big. She put on the middle-sized boot. Too fancy. She put on the littlest pair. Just right, she said, wiggling her toes in the soft fur lining. Leland, you love to take off your shoes and put on your shoes, don't you? Aluki walked into the last room and found a long sleeping bench piled high with fur covers. Heat from an oil lamp warmed her cheeks and made her sleepy. Time for a nap, she thought. Ooh, she's going to cozy up with a blanket. I know someone else who likes to cozy up with blankets. She crawled under the highest mound of covers. Too lumpy, she grumbled. She tried the middle bed and the fringe cover, but sank down so far that she could hardly breathe. Too soft, she said. She rolled over the smallest sleeping place. The furry blanket was cozy and warm, and her pillow was just her size. Just right. And away she went to sleep before she could take her boots off. Have you ever fallen asleep in your shoes? If Aluki had fallen fast asleep, if she hadn't fallen fast asleep, she might have heard those dogs barking happily. Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear had spotted them adrift in the strong current, and they went out to save them. The Snow Bears family was pushing Aluki's dog team back toward their igloo safely. Look at these nice bears. And this week, Leland, we're going to be talking about how the 2 great panda bears, they're different from snow bears, polar bears, came back from China to Washington, D.C. So not only did Washington, D.C. get a new president this week, but Washington, D.C. got 2 big panda bears, and we're going to talk about that hopefully tomorrow. Papa Bear crawled into the igloo and saw his big bowl sitting in a pool of spilled soup. "Someone's been tasting my soup," he roared. Mama Bear rushed in and saw that her soup had been sloshed around too. "Someone's been tasting my soup," she growled. "Someone found my soup," sputtered Baby Bear in her high, squeaky voice, and they ate it all up. Papa Bear ran into the next room and saw his boots in the middle of the floor. "Someone has been trying on my boots," he boomed. Mama Bear put on her fancy boots. "Oh, someone has put on my boots, and the fur is all bunched up." Baby Bear saw that her boots had disappeared. "Someone's taken my boots and left behind these not as good ones," she wailed. "Would you want somebody trading your shoes for their shoes? That would be gross." The bears ran into their bedroom. "Someone had been sleeping in my bed," Papa Bear said. "Someone's been sleeping in my bed, too," said Mama Bear. Baby Bear peeked into her little bed and squealed. "Someone's been sleeping in my bed, and here she is." Oh, my goodness. Would you like to wake up to a bear in your face? Aluki opened her eyes and saw 3 bears' noses. Their noses were only inches away. She hopped out of bed and dove between Papa Bear's huge furry legs. "Oh, she's escaping!" Leland, have you ever tried to escape? Maybe my classroom. Maybe. Quicker than a seal, Aluki ran from the room, and she ran until she burst outside. Her huskies bounced around. They were barking and smiling their doggy grins. They were back. Aluki didn't know that the bears had been her friends. Aluki and her dogs flew over the frozen ice, dodging ridges and cracks. She looked back to wave thank you to the snow bears. She couldn't see them, but she heard a big gruff voice, a middle-sized voice, and a squeaky voice calling to her. See her wave goodbye? Say bye. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye, Leland. I hope I see you tomorrow. Stay warm.